Hello everyone, Brother Yubby here, your coach of the Amherst Accelgors, and we are jumping into week 2 of the UNL where we are facing off against Zach and his Murkrows. I don't know the first bit of first bit of the team name. But if you need a slight quick recap, if you didn't check out the video last week, we lost 0-1 to Lunar and his Kingdras. And this week we're facing off against the Murkrows, and we are looking to bounce back and hopefully get to 1-1, hopefully with a positive differential. Hopefully we can do well. If you need to recap, my team is Mega Mawile, Zapdos, Reuniclus, Z Keldeo, Kyurem Regular, Alolan Marowak, Whimsicott, Alolan Persian, Z User, Sandslash, Tangela, Z User, Yanmega, Omastar. And his team is right there on E5, the Murkrows. He is Kyurem Black, which is a Z User, Jirachi, Gliscor, Florges, Mega Manectric, Salazzle, Jellicent, Virizion, another Z User, as well as Salazzle as a Z User, Weezing, Lanoon, and Scrafty. So immediately when I look at the two teams, I feel like he needs to bring Jellicent or Weezing, basically those two, in order to help check my Mega Mawile. If he doesn't have those, Mega Mawile can just run shop on him, especially because Mawile gets really great coverage moves. Specifically, it gets Ice Punch and Ice Feint in order to check the Gliscor, and there's a lot of things that can go really well for Mega Mawile if he doesn't bring either of those two. So I feel like those are coming. I'm afraid of a Belly Drum Lanoon, so I kind of have some ways to work around that, but basically my biggest way to work around it is to not let it come in for free. And immediately his first 5 picks are incredibly threatening, being Kyurem Black, Jirachi, Gliscor, Florges, and Mega Manectric. The Fairy Dragon Steel Core of Kyurem Black, Jirachi, and Florges is very, very, very scary to go up against, especially considering Florges can pass the wishes to Jirachi or Kyurem if need be, as well as to Mega Manectric if it really wants it. There aren't too many Pokemon on his team that really like taking the wishes because a lot of his team can heal themselves, but it's still very scary thinking that they can get a free switch in and take a hit and then recover all of it off all in the same turn. So I have kind of run through the teams a bit there, so we will go right into the team that I have brought, or the team that I am bringing and have built. So I'm bringing a Mega Mawile. It is fairly specially bulky. I have max HP, 84 attack, 76 special defense, and 100 speed, adamant nature. The special defense and the HP are that so that I can take hits from the Virizion, a special Virizion very well as hits from a special Jirachi. And Iron Head, Play Rough, Ice Punch, and Sucker Punch are the only coverage moves I need. I was thinking of bringing Sub over Sucker Punch, but I opted for Sucker Punch just for the little bit of priority. Next, I am bringing Big Helix, our Omastar. I also decided to take all of our nicknames for this season and turn them into big something that describes them. It might be random every week, but this is kind of what I'm going with because why not? So Mawile is Big Tooth. Big Helix is Omastar. It is White Herb, Shell Armor. If you see White Herb, you know I'm bringing Shell Smash. I'm bringing Shell Smash, Surf, Ancient Power, and Earth Power. I am max special attack Timid with 212 speed. That ensures that at +2 I am outspeeding a Choice Scarf Jirachi, I believe. So after I get to +2, I get a shell. If I get a Shell Smash off, the only thing I am not OHKOing, or the only things I'm not one-hit KOing, are the Virizion and the Jellicent. Everything else is OHKO'd by my Omastar, which is really, really nice. Given he could have some really great prep, being like Assault Vest, max HP with some special bulk to his Jirachi, but even then, Omastar has a really great natural defense stat, which makes it very physically bulky, so it could take on Jirachi very well. And then Surf, Ancient Power, Earth Power are the only coverage moves I really needed. I'm bringing a Rocky Helmet Static Zapdos. I am max HP, max defense with a little bit of speed. This is my main check to the Lanoon. I'm able to take a +6 extreme speed with this set, and I have a chance of static. I hit it with Rocky Helmet, and Discharge hopefully will either do enough or do whatever I need it to in order to help me continue in the match and not just lose. Next, I'm bringing in Alolan Marowak, Big Bone, Thick Club, Lightning Rod, 248 HP, 252 attack, and 8 special defense. I normally hate running maxes, but that's all I needed in order to take on the Mega Manectric. This is my main Mega Manectric switch-in, but it's also incredibly strong against his team. So I'm fully expecting probably to lead off with my Marowak and get rocks up, or I can just nuke something. I was thinking actually of bringing a Flame Charge set this week, but I would have needed to get to like +3 speed in order to outspeed everything, and that I wasn't really feeling like that was going to be any good. Next I'm bringing a Leftovers Whimsicott, Big Hair, Prankster with 232 HP, 84 defense, 192 speed with a Timid Nature, Leech Seed, Encore, Moonblast, and Memento. The speed is to make sure I'm outspeeding basically everything on this team. I'm outspeeding a max speed Jirachi. I'm outspeeding a max speed Virizion. That's why I'm outspeeding. Max speed Virizion. And I can do a lot of damage with Moonblast. This also will allow me to Memento in order to bring in something like my Omastar so that my Omastar can sweep, as long as I get enough damage on all of his Pokemon. Lastly, I am bringing an Assault Vest Reuniclus, 248 HP, 244 defense, 16 special defense with a bold nature. This is my one and only switch into a Kyurem Black. And I had to be very creative with it because I don't want to have to, if he's Life Orb, mixed Life Orb, he can do a lot of damage to everything on my team. So, Reuniclus. Reuniclus can take less than 50% from any attack that the Kyurem wants to go for. As long as it is not banded to Kyurem Black, I'm good. I can take the hits. And I can Psychic, Shadow Ball, Focus Blast, and Future Sight, and kind of pick what I want to go for. And if I find out he is choice banded into something like Outrage or Dragon Claw or Bold Strike or Fusion Bolt, whichever one it gets, I can switch in accordingly because I have Whimsicott to take the Dragon attacks, I have Marowak to take the Electric attacks, and etc. And I can end up hopefully sweeping in the end or sucker punching it down in the end with Mawile. So we will now jump right into the match after I have finished with that. And we see he has brought Kyurem Black, Manectric, Jellicent, Jirachi, Salazzle, and the Scrafty. I wasn't expecting Scrafty as much just because it basically invites in Mawile very freely, but it did end up coming. I see Jirachi and the Jellicent. Jellicent, I'm expecting to be his best switch-in, or his switch-in to my Mawile. And I see Mega Manectric. I expect him to probably try and get his Mega off turn 1, so I lead with my Marowak, expecting him to lead with the Manectric. So, he goes Manectric, I send my Marowak out. I didn't expect him to stay in. He goes for a Volt Switch. I'm Lightning Rod, so I get up my rocks, free rocks, +1 special attack. I'm minus attack, so this Bone Club will not kill him, but I take nothing from Flamethrower. I'm fine just letting his Manectric go down, so that's a big threat gone immediately. He brings in his Kyurem. I go immediately into my Reuniclus. Reuniclus can take anything from him. It takes 22% from the Life Orb Kyurem Black's Earth Power. He goes into a Scrafty as I just go for a Psychic. I have no reason to overprotect right now. It's early on in the match. I want to see what his switch-ins are. So he goes for a knockoff on my Whimsicott. Whimsicott scares this thing out 100% of the time. So I just go for a Leech Seed on his Jirachi switch-in. And I don't want to stay in. So I go into my Zapdos. Zapdos can take anything. He goes for a U-turn. Since he's U-turn, I expect him to be Scarf, but I get the static paralysis on him, which is very nice. And since he didn't bring Lanoon, Zapdos is going to be my main switch into the Jirachi. Jirachi can't really do anything to my Zapdos. I scare him out to his Scrafty from the Kyurem with my Reuniclus. I go for Focus Blast. I actually hit. Does 40%. He is most certainly Assault Vest, but he's now pretty much in range of a +2 Surf from my Omastar. So Omastar is looking really good right now. I get a Moonblast on the Salazzle. I'm going to pause right here because I don't know what this Salazzle is, but odds are that my Omastar sets up on it. I have no reason to think otherwise, unless he is Hidden Power either Grass or Hidden Power Ground or Electric, anything like that. My Omastar easily takes any hit from it, and I can set up. But since I didn't know what it was, and I was very afraid, I don't go for that. I switch into my Marowak. I can take anything. Flamethrowers, not a 2-hit KO. I scare it out. Jirachi ends up going down to this Bone Club. That's Marowak's second kill of the match. And here Marowak's done its job. I can let him go down. But since he goes into his Kyurem, I have a very free switch into my Reuniclus. He goes for a Dragon Claw, and it does 39%. So Reuniclus is doing exactly what I want it to do, which is walling everything. Or walling that Kyurem. I go for a Focus Blast on the Jellicent. Jellicent comes in, obviously immune to it. I go into my Marowak. I sack off my Marowak here. I have no reason to keep it around. It's my best sack off. And here I go into Zapdos. I fully expect him to switch out. Get a Volt Switch crit, which kind of matters. It doesn't really. He goes for a Scald. Gets a Scald burn on my Reuniclus, which is a little, I don't know, upsetting. Not really. But I just hard switch back into my Zapdos. I get the Regenerator back on my Reuniclus. And here I just go for a Discharge. Because if he's willing to sack off his Jellicent, it's fine by me. It allows my Omastar, as soon as my Omastar comes in, sets up a Shell Smash, I win. So I go into my Reuniclus on his Kyurem. He roosts. Here, my mentality is I need to make sure I get him low enough to where he's roosting. Once he's guaranteed to roost, I can go into my Whimsicott. Whimsicott can Memento on the Salazzle, and I can win with Omastar. And you'll see I Encore him into roost, which guarantees a switch out. He goes into a Salazzle as I just go for a Leech Seed, just in case he wanted to go into anything else or if he wanted to stay in. And I can just Memento. And we'll see now. He goes for Him Power. Don't know what Him Power is. Doesn't matter. Going into my Omastar, he switches out into his Scrafty. You'll see his Intimidate actually pops my White Herb, which kind of sucks, but I go for the Shell Smash, and this is game. Not going to make you wait for it. It's game. I kill the Salazzle. I OHKO the Kyurem, especially after Rocks with an Ancient Power. He goes down, and the last thing to come in is the Salazzle, which will live on 2%, but Surf takes it out, and Omastar gets the final 3 kills and gets the sweep. So, Omastar, good job, doing exactly what I wanted it to do. And this match actually played out perfectly. There's not much I would change in this match. I probably could have saved a point or two of differential, but I do want to say good game to Zach. itZach, however you want to say it. Good game to him. A few plays I do disagree with, especially sacking your Manectric. Manectric was going to be a really, really big with getting momentum throughout the match, and probably could have worn down my Marowak pretty well. But I don't know what was going through his head. I don't know if he records, whatever. I do want to say good game, and I do want to say thank you for playing, and your Amherst Accelgors, now 1-1. We have gotten our first win in this league. If you've followed this channel at all, followed the Amherst Accelgors at all, we do really well in leagues in which we lose our first match. So let's hope that's a sign of good things to come. I think we have the team to go really far in this league, and I'd like to thank you all for joining me in this match and for this league. And I hope I can see you all next week. And thank you very much. Have a great day. Feel free to leave a like and subscribe. And I hope you all have a great day. Bye-bye.